All right, let's take a caller. Stanford in Abbotsford, BC. Go ahead.
Oh, hi, David. You're one of my favorite analysts. I've been watching BNN since 1998, and I would like to get your opinion on Agrium, and if you think Agrium and potash will amalgamate. Thank you.
Right. So there's certainly some smoke around that, and certainly some speculation. Here are my thoughts. I don't want to buy it because I think there's a deal, because that's not a great reason just to make an investment. When I look at the grain markets have been very weak. You can look at the JJG ETF. That looks at grain, looks at wheat and corn prices. It's been a relatively weak performer. When you look at the potash chart on its own, it's been very, very sloppy, and the Agrium chart isn't really any better. So when I look at the group, I just think there's other things to do right now. You know, you want to look for the fundamental reasons why something is doing better, and the numbers right now are not getting better for these companies. You want to see price doing what it should be doing, given what you think you know. And you want to see the group doing well. You want a sectoral backdrop that is supportive. And I think you don't have the sector backdrop, you don't have the fundamental characteristics, and you don't have price in your favor. It's not to say there couldn't be a deal get done, but that's a tough reason specifically to make an investment.
Okay, let's take another caller. Nick in Toronto, go ahead.
Hello, Catherine and David. Thanks for taking my call. I was wondering about Teva. It seems to be on a downward trend lately, closing down another $1.15 today. However, I would think as they sell mostly generic pharmaceuticals, they would be more immune to any effects from a Hillary Clinton presidency. Can I get your opinion on Teva? Do you think it's a good buy, or should I hold? Thanks very much.
Okay. I have to tell you, when something is really sort of in free fall, you really need to pick a spot to exit. And, you know, this is like catching a falling knife. In about 3 weeks, it's moved from 53 to 41.
Wow.
You know, where the bottom is, I don't know. But when I look at something like this, I say, what is it that I don't know? Because there can be things out there that you don't know. The market often gets it right. And so at this point, I think that I would really stand clear and let the smoke clear on something like this.
Okay, let's take a moment now and do the market call minute. All right, Dean tweeted in about Bank of America Merrill Lynch. We've talked about this a little bit already, but
really like the investment dealers as a group. Really like Bank of America's numbers. We own the stock, and I would continue to buy it here.
Okay, Steve tweeted in about Tesla Motors. What do we do with this company?
Yeah, love the car, don't love the investment right now. Stock's behaving poorly, concerns around their cash levels and the cost of putting together with Solar City, so I would stay clear for now.
Okay, Mitesh tweeted in about Magna International, buy, sell, or hold.
Auto Parts Group and Assembly has been a tough group. Magna actually, relative to the group, is making a nice turn. I think this is a great entry point. We've started building a position in the stock.
Okay, Geraldine in Ottawa on Hydro One.
Okay, I'm very cautious on the utilities. They're very crowded. People have hidden in utilities, telcos, and REITs to try and get a better dividend than what they're getting in the bonds, but there just isn't the dividend growth really to support. We do have a position in Hydro One. We have taken our overall utilities weight down to 3% of the portfolio, and I think that you have to be a little bit careful. You want to look for growthier names.
Okay, Matt tweeted in about Paychecks, buy, sell, or hold.
So we really like the employment situation in the U.S. It's slowly improving. There are more people moving to full-time jobs, which is really bullish. Stocks pulled back into support. There should be strong support around $54, $53.
What's it trading at?
55.
You know, but from a PE, is it high in the valuation side?
So from a PE perspective, it's trading at 25 times next year's earnings.
Okay.
But having said that, a lot of people are moving to outsourced payroll systems.
Okay, let's take a look at Mark and Vaughan, Ontario. CVS Health, buy, sell, or hold.
So on the CVS has done a pretty good job in cutting costs. Stock is behaving well relative to retail. It's a defensive name. I'm less interested in consumer discretionary, more interested in tech, healthcare, financials, and energy.
Okay, Don in Ottawa and Bristol Myers, buy, sell, or hold.
So this is a great example as to why stop losses are important. It had a big haircut about a month and a half ago. We got stopped out and was not happy about it, but then another haircut a week ago. So the first loss is your best loss.
Okay, LB in Coburg, Ontario, asking about CIBC, buy, sell, or hold.
So the Canadian banks are behaving pretty well. We own Royal, we own TD, we do own some Commerce. Financials as a group do well if rates are rising, and so we want exposure to these companies.
Okay, we're going to be back after the short break. Top picks are coming up next.